이적하고 싶은 팀. 어디가 좋아요? 로즈가 어느 팀에 있는데요? 오클라호마? 썬더야? 썬더. 그 다음. 다 말씀해주세요, 바로바로. 마이애미 히츠? 샌안토니오가 어디지? 펠리컨인가요? 아, 스퍼즈? 클리퍼스? 스퍼즈야? 스퍼즈가 이거예요? 76? 아, 간지러. 아니야, S야? 아, 이거야?
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
76 더 안 걸린다고? 미안.
No doubt. All right, well, thank you. And good talk, man. I'll see you later. Of course, we've got the upcoming game against the Heat. Best of luck out there.
We on?
요.
1, 2,
다음
3.
마이애미 히츠랑 하네.
Waking up in a dream, sleepwalking on another big stage. You never heard peace till you hear people scream your name and you're the son. I'm so far away from the place I used to be, struggling usually. Look at the new me, fate pursuing me.
Hey, y'all hear that?
와, 히츠 겁나 잘한다. 히츠 완전 마이애미 팀 괜찮아.
This is coming home. Doris work with the along two from the sideline. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. And guys, taking a look at Ray Allen, what do you think we'll see from him?
One of the great shooters in the history of the game. I mean, Ray Allen is just amazing with that deep range, incredible accuracy, and he can also put the ball on the deck a little bit once or twice, pull up jump shots, get to the foul line. Allen's just one of the most consistent scorers we've had in the game for a long time.
And he's rehearsed that motion for so long. It's automatic. I mean, it's
이거 봐요,
something he
이거
can do in his
봐요.
sleep. He doesn't even think about
아,
the
나
situation.
진짜
Open
말이
defender.
됩니까, 이게?
He eyes his target and lets it fly.
Looking at the last game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was a loss to the Spurs.
Well, they heaved up a lot of ill-advised three-pointers in that loss. Guys, they were way too trigger-happy from downtown.
Yeah, and that's not the area on the court where you want to be forcing shots from. Heck, you were a great three-point shooter, and you know that, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, it comes and goes, but you can't just
아,
rely on
봐봐, 또
that when
뺏기는
things aren't going
클라스가.
your way.
LeBron.
이거 봐, 이거 봐. 말이 돼?
Now, Clark, that is
이렇게
just
못하는 팀이
ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't
come
remember
on.
ever seeing a dunk like that in the game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
Oh,
one.
man, that was just amazing.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and two shots coming up.
You know, you watch Irving over the course of his first two seasons, guys, and he's so in control of himself
어빙이
late
제일
in games
쓰레기.
and really positions himself to assert his will and impact the outcome. That's why he's so good in the clutch.
And you talk about the late game clutch play for Kyrie Irving. His rookie season, statistically, he was the best in the league at scoring in the clutch.
That's an amazing stat, Kevin. I mean, that says it all. He's a tremendous shooter.
아,
got
여기서
size and
어빙이
ball
진짜
handling skills to
아무리
get him
에이스도
anywhere on the court.
정말 못해요.
And I think in the next few years, Kyrie Irving will be considered the best point guard in the NBA.
And you can see he's a cornerstone of a rising Cleveland team, too.
Sure is.
And Waiters kicks to Bennett. Now the pass to Waiters. Cleveland moving the ball around. Dishes to Irving. 6 to shoot.
봐봐. 어빙 슛 쏘면 저래.
Last outing for Miami, it was a loss to the Sun.
아,
Well, they
기대도
were in
못해요.
foul trouble
3점 슛을.
throughout that game, guys, and made things awfully hard on themselves as a result.
Yeah, it forced them to go much deeper into their rotation than they would have liked to, and that's always tough. He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him. You know, it's really hard to say that Lady Luck hasn't been smiling on the Cavs in the past few years. LeBron
어빙 내가
was
이거
lost a
터줘야
few years back, but ever
근데도
since
저렇게
then,
못 넣어요.
they've had tremendous luck in
말이
the
됩니까?
NBA draft lottery.
길에
and had the
터지면
first
슛을
overall
쏘려고
pick in
하는데
2 of the last 3
얘가.
years.
For the three.
아, 왜 하필 내 맞고 있어.
Chalmers' shot is no good.
9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Deng kicks to Bennett. Passes it to Irving. Feeds it to Waiters. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Going back to what you said about the Cavs, great luck for them indeed with 2 number 1s in 3 years. That's definitely how you turn a franchise around.
Well, you got to make sure you hit on those draft picks. And as of right now, I would say only Kyrie Irving is a sure thing. Deion Waiters, the jury's still out. Tristan Thompson looks like a nice player. He's getting better. And we'll find out with Anthony Bennett.
Now here's Deng, averaging 8 points a game. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. 3-on-3. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. And what did you find out, Doris?
He said that the key to the game will be how well they defend Kyrie Irving, adding he's shown himself to be one of the premier point guards in the game already. Whether it's passing, shooting, or penetrating, we need our guys in the backcourt to really get up into him. And our bigs need to be
오케이, 그렇지.
guys. You can
2점이네.
bet that Irving will be their focus defensively.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Here's Chalmers following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Here's Bosch. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, Miami went to that smaller lineup last season, and a big change in that was
헐, 점수 봐. 이게 뭐예요, 점수가?
Dellavedova, defended by Chalmers.
내가 벤치에 앉은 사이 무슨 일이 난 거야?
The dish to Bennett. Pocket 6. Outside Irving. Here's the floater. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And for Bosch, playing the center, Steve, he's giving up some weight out there.
But he's a very smart defender. He avoids fouls, and you know the way the league is these days, Kevin, most teams play smaller, and Bosch can normally find a center that he can guard without too much trouble. But there are a few matchups around the league that are a problem.
Well, they got the speed and the pressure of that Miami defense. You think they're able to compensate for any lack of size inside by using those other things.
Yeah, that's normally the case against, I would say, the vast majority of the league.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. At the forward spots, James and Haslam. Chalmers is out there with Allen, and it's Bosch in at center. Now Chalmers, after the missed 3 from Luol Deng. LeBron kicks to Haslam. Haslam gets a screen from James. The 3 from Chalmers. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss.
나도.
Irving's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
나 달라고. 칭하게도 안
Back to
준다.
Irving. He dishes it to Bennett. Dellavedova.
나 줘.
The 3. Gets it to
오,
go.
넣었네.
not going to run that play very often. But hey,
뭐해,
they'll
15점
take it.
차이에요.
Way to notch that 3.
Heat leading by 15.
얼마나 차이?
Bosch a screen on Irving. And Haslam kicks to LeBron. Haslam a screen. It's LeBron with the drive. Second chance shot. They shoot again. And it's good on the way in. Haslam's got his
짜증나.
first bucket of the night.
아, 속 터져. 나 벤치에
Take a
앉으면 안
peek
돼?
now here at the league leaders in rebound. 4th, LeBron James.
There are a lot of different ways, Kevin, to control.
와, 벤치에 앉고 나니까
9 seconds
점수
left in the
14점
first
차.
half.
변한 게 없네.
Here is Miles. This one for three. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that concludes the first half. Heat lead.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And everything.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Well, the Cavaliers have to improve their approach against LeBron James.
He's got 8 points and 1 assist. The Heat marched their way to the best record in the league last season, 66-16. And
뭐야?
the ability to win on the road, a big part of that league best record.
Irving and Waiters, the guards. Bennett is out there with Dang, and it's Boss in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Bennett the pass to Waiters. Kicks to Bennett. 6 on the shot clock. Irving attacking. Back in off the glass. Irving's got 6. And back to the Heat in their play on the road. 29 wins for them as the visiting side. And that was in another category compared to every other team in the league. Steve, nobody else really even came close.
No, nobody
나줘,
did.
나줘.
And I'll tell you what, when they went on their huge winning streak, it wasn't like they did it all at home. In fact, 13 of those 27 games during their winning streak were on the road. And that's not easy to do.
Bennett dishes to Waiters. They set the pick. The kick out to Dang. Fires it up.
그렇지.
Shot clock ticks down. 6 points for him.
And guys, Dang has developed into a very good shooter, especially off spot ups or maybe one dribble pull-ups. He's got range. He's developed that out to the three-point line, but he really likes to go to that mid-range area. 1 or 2 dribbles into the paint, he'll rise up, shoot right over the top.
But you know what I like about him most, Steve? Dang is a very well-balanced player. He does a lot of good things offensively, but he's just as good at the defensive end. He's a big key to his team's tough defense.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, Boss in their last game out against the Spurs put forth a nice effort. He finished with a handful of points and added 3 rebounds as well. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
All right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game. Clearly, Steve.
Yeah, he played a huge role for them. His contributions are always important, but I thought he was particularly good that night.
Yeah, he was very solid. Just really locked in, engaged, on task. Solid performance tonight.
That's Bosh.
이거를 내가 어떻게 왜 안 막아지지? 내가 이렇게 피지컬이 딸리나?
For LeBron James, first in scoring, fourth in rebounding, and he's among the top 5 in the league in steals. So he's been a real disruptive force at the defensive end.
And Steve, we really can't gloss over his ranking as the top scorer in the NBA. I mean, he's the one guy you don't want to see coming out of the opposing locker room.
Bennett kicks to Irving. Stolen by Bosh. Chalmers against Dang. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And that one's good by Bosh.
Well, you know, with LeBron James as the main post threat on Miami, the outside shooting touch of Chris Bosh fits perfectly to help them space the floor, and he continues to expand his range.
Here's Irving. And another miss by Cleveland.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Allen passes to Bosh. He kicks to LeBron. Back to Bosh. Here's Haslam. And that's good.
어디가
nice job
진짜.
of the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Sloppy
짜증나.
defense there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Well, when he does, that's an automatic bucket.
You talk about Bosh in his shooting range. He's trying to develop a reliable three-point shot as well.
Well, it's happened. In the playoffs last year, he shot a lot of threes. It's kind of a function of the Miami offense, trying to provide floor spacing for LeBron and Wade. But in some ways, it takes Bosh away from what's made him good, too. The slashing and the ability to score around the basket.
LeBron drives in. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And you can hear the reaction of the fans to that call.
Well, it's obvious they did not like it, Steve. You know, when something works for you, you stay with it. The Heat saw after the 2012 finals that small ball was very effective for them. You can see why they chose to do that, given how hard it is to find a power forward that can match up with LeBron. Makes good sense.
Jack dishes to Irving.
아,
That
참
doesn't go
어리.
in either for Irving. Kicks it out to Beasley. The feed to LeBron. Defended by Karasov. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. 13 points for Chris Bosh. And mismatches really are what make an NBA offense go at times. Not only can Miami overpower you, Steve, you know, with their sheer talent at times, but if you're trying to guard a perimeter play with a big, you're going to be in trouble.
Well, some people still see small ball as a gimmick, but you know, for Miami, it's different because you've got LeBron James playing the power forward. So it's not really small ball. He can rebound, he can defend, he can do everything. And so the Heat become a nightmare to guard at the other end, and you can rarely take advantage of them offensively.
Bosh against Jack. And Karasov kicks to Irving. Now Varejao inside. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, Varejao has always been an amazing rebounder, but I thought last season, the start of the year was probably his best. I mean, you knew he was on track for a big year when he grabbed 23 rebounds in the season opener.
And for Varejao, before the injury last season, Clark historic rebounding numbers.
How about this, Kevin? 10 consecutive games with over 15 rebounds, and 5 of those being offensive rebounds. That's only been done once before in the history of the league, and it was by the Hall of Famer, Moses Malone.
Jack passes to Waiters. They grab their own miss. Rejected by Chalmers.
와. 와.
Jones drives in. Douglas defended by Jack.
이거 진짜.
Anderson dishes to Douglas. 20 seconds left in the third. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. 4-on-3 break. And Jack kicks to Waiters. Shot is blocked. He feeds it to Douglas. With 1 on the clock. And it's going to be 2 free throws through contact on the shot.
화가 너무 난다.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Well, he's been an 80% free throw shooter on the season. I mean, he shot the ball with confidence from the stripe.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, hopefully it's not from lack of effort on his part. But his free throw shooting, compared to what
와,
he did last
진짜
year,
너무하다.
has been terrible.
들어갈 리가 있니?
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits.
Coming up Friday.
내가 왜 이 팀을 선택했지?
And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade.
유타 재즈
And
가는
there's certain
것보다는
to be some
나았을
great
법하고.
basketball ahead for us. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, rebounding and second chance opportunities have been a huge factor in this game.
와.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
저 고혈압으로 쓰러지면 어떡해요?
At the forward spots, James and Hazel. Allen out there with Chalmers.
어떡하죠?
And it's Oden in at the 5 spot. Then it's checked in for the Cavaliers. And Chalmers kicks to Hazel. Sweet move. He takes it up
아,
and
나
lays it
진짜
in. Haslam's got the
심시티요?
first basket as we get
심시티
going in
관에
the
넣은
fourth
지
for the
되게
Heat.
오래됐는데 할 일이
Boy, listen to
거의
the fans giving it to him right now. Not exactly a crowd favorite.
You know, that's really no surprise. I mean, he's said some pretty negative things here lately.
It's been a
설마
great day
진짜
for them
이
on the
팀보다
boards,
더
Clark. It's
약팀이겠습니까?
definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
And it's Greg Oden with the finish.
Boy, you gotta love that assist by LeBron.
Yeah, what he gives his team, to me,
20점
guys,
차야.
is a defensive anchor in the paint. Someone who can clog the lane and really block a lot of shots.
And it's so important to have that kind of player, Steve. I mean, very few teams can boast a man with his prowess as a shot blocker.
Irving passes to Deng. They set the screen. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Bucks.
You know, the Cavs have been very mindful of remaining flexible in terms of the salary cap. And when you do this, you set yourself up to perhaps make a big splash in free agency at some point. And you know what's coming. They might have a chance to re-sign LeBron in 2014 with how their books look.
Chris Bosh has checked in for Greg Oden. That's off as well, so he misses both.
Boy, it's terribly frustrating for a coach when his team can't knock down their free throws. It really comes down to focus, routine,
저 벤치
and
앉혀주세요.
stamina, especially in the second half.
저
the
벤치
Cavaliers
앉혀주세요.
33% not happy with their play on that end. And that had been the rumor for a
형님,
while.
저
The
벤치
Cavaliers
앉혀주세요.
looking to
팀이
maybe
저 왕따
mend some
시켜요,
bridges
진짜.
and bring LeBron back in the mix when he gets free agency next year. Their books are certainly in order for it, Steve, and it might happen.
Hey, you never know. I mean, nobody expected LeBron to leave in the first place, so why
팀이 저
not
왕따
give yourself an
시켜요.
opportunity in his backyard in terms of
저 벤치 갈래요,
talent. So
진짜.
I like what the Cavs have done. They've added young talent, but they've maintained flexibility just in case.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But
아, 이건
I think
들어가지도
if he's
않아.
open, he's got to let that thing fly.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
Here's Haslam, blocked, but they recover it. Back to Bosh, and he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
What a great game for Bosh in this one. He's got 13 points. He's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
Yeah, those are always easy points. I mean, when you can get to the line and knock them down, sometimes that's the difference in the game, Clark.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Jack's checked in. Right side Jack shoots off the screen, and he hits the jump shot.
Very effective screen to set up the jumper. That was the key to that play.
LeBron James on the wing. He's covered by Deng. No luck. Excellent D there from Boss.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
The kick out to Deng. Good.
Okay.
Gets the assist. And it's 8 points for Luol Deng.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kick-out's the only choice.
And the
Hey.
shot is good. And the Heat lead by 20.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
야,
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Jack against Chalmers. Allen outside. Bosh. Back to Allen. 6 to shoot. Pass to Chalmers. Bosh hits the pick for Chalmers. Good on the
와,
He's had an off game thus far,
너무하다,
but his
진짜.
team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
And a new group in for the Heat. Chris Anderson is checked in for Bosh. Beasley comes in for Udonis Haslem. James Jones, he's checked in for LeBron. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Ray Allen. And Karasov kicks to G. From outside, off the mark.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly. I mean, the score is right where you'd expect it to be when the battle on the boards is that lopsided.
And Cole kicks to Douglas. Beasley, defended by Zeller. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Difficult to explain that turnover. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did, but he really lost his place on the court.
For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. There's the pass to Karasov. Dellavedova sinks the triple.
You know, even though he doesn't really have the long-range ability on a consistent level, he can knock down some open ones.
Cole dishes to Beasley. Feeds it to Cole. Back to Beasley. 59 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Karasov. Dishes it to G. Passes it to Karasov. Dellavedova. Fires from 18.
우와, 넣었다.
Boy, if they could have had this kind of run earlier in the game, it might have made a big difference.
You know, I think a big reason behind the run, Steve, is that they're not getting pressured as much by the defense now that the game's all but finished.
And Cole kicks to Beasley. That one goes. Count it. And the Heat lead by 20.
Well, guys, tonight they came in here and really dictated the terms of the engagement, which is very difficult to do as the visitors.
You're right. That's not usually the way things work in the NBA. It's a great win, and no question, it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here.
Here's Gene. Again, the Cavaliers score. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. And this one...
심각하다.
Word is spreading around the league that you've made it known you aren't happy here and want to be shipped to another team. Can you set the record straight?
그건 팀의 일이죠.
We make it cool to be sucked. We make it cool to be sucked.
야, 다음 시카고 불즈야? 완전 싫어. 또 강팀이잖아.
We make it cool to be sucked. We make it cool to be sucked. Up on my grandmama pole. Hollywood never to the southern side approach. Cotton green pockets but a southern ride to flow. Candy yam drop with some cornbread to throw. Been this way since I was knee high. We swing whips, old schools like my paw. You can't get now which said that we can't flip. I hit it like switches for the paint flip. Straight up on my grandmama pole. The heart of a king born in the 1980s. But we ain't never seen it like me late. The devil never scared for the stare when I carry a cage. Refrain from being lame. I got a surefire way to get a game what it came for. A third coast, still bustin' style running. Hit it like it's Ricky, make it cool to be sucked. I'm talking about the dirty side. Folks with the grills and miles. We make it cool to be sucked. Everybody wanna ball nowadays, but don't nobody wanna get paid. We make it cool to be sucked. Get down if you wanna crack a seal. We make it cool to be sucked. Return of forever all day. Them country people feel what I say. We make it cool to be sucked. Get down this country road, country flow, country fold, country thigh, 20 folds on the caddy, tight set. My play always never fade. I got 'em from my granddad. Old school, so smooth. The type of friend that you could comb through, or you could cut it with a butter knife. Spread it on the brain of a dame for some change, but that's only if you cut it right. Off top, my drop, rims top, no cops, drain top. Lord knows I ain't seen him with my off top grain.
아, 뭐야? 뭐 이렇게 끝나요? 뭐 어이가 없어서. 아니, 골 못 넣었어.